Good afternoon, and welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show with your host, yours truly, Captain 85. And I hope that you're having a wonderful 4th of July weekend and enjoying that 3-day weekend. Ain't no doubt about it. And I just want to pop off for a minute to make sure everything is working properly and that you can hear me and see me. So, welcome to the show, and get ready for some exciting information and, just some information because it's a holiday. We just want to do something a little different. We want to invite people over to the page. That's what I'm making sure now that I'm doing, inviting some of my guests over, because I'm a one-man show. I mean, I ain't going to, lay claim to fame, but, you got to do what you got to do. That's what you got to do when you're on a mission. When you have a mission to do, as I'm brought up, one monkey don't run no show or stop no show. Either way, don't stop no show, because the simple reason is when you have a mission that's important when it comes to the youth, you got to keep moving forward, because actually they're watching you. They're going to say, what did you do to make a difference so that I wouldn't be where I am today? Why are we here still at point A when we should be moving forward to point B and C? And that's the reason why I'm here each and every day, that I say that I'm going to do something. Somebody has to show up, because our young people are watching and they're trying to figure out, are you showing up for me? Or are you showing up for yourself? So what I do is I show up for the future generation. I have my kids. They all grown now. And the thing with that is that once kids are grown, they got their own family. And when they have their own family, those are my grandchildren. And then my grandchildren grow up and have a family. They are my great grandchildren. So the list go on, but God has blessed me to be able to be around and to see them grow up to be mature adults and to be successful in their endeavor. So that's why I continue to do what I do, to make sure that somebody sets the pace for the next generation, so that somebody can say, he did it, why can't I? I'm not the only person that's doing things. Don't get me wrong. What I am saying is, when you're doing things, you have to be able to recognize that we all have a mission, to a chance to do things in life. And we must be able to do that without hesitation and without compromising, because somebody has to do the work. If it wasn't for Rosa Parks sitting at the back, at the front, not standing in the back, we may not be where we are today. If Martin Luther King didn't march in Alabama, we may not be where we are today. The list go on. Megan Everett's. If Malcolm X didn't say, Plymouth Rock, we didn't come here. We didn't come here on the Mayflower. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us, meaning that this is the indigenous people's land, our land. So when we thinking that we know and fail to realize that we have been compromised, we have to keep marching. Why do we have to keep marching? Why is it that things it's always politics? But we have to make sure that we get the right information to our young people. Because why? Because gun violence today is the problem that faces this generation here. This is what's facing our generation when it comes to protecting our future. Our history, our future is at stake. And when it comes to that, we have to be able to understand that it should never be about just you. It should be about the community. Humanity is at stake, you know. And when you look at guns in our community and not jobs, guns in our community and not education, that's the sign that's telling you that we are not going to tolerate. Now you see what's going on now in our community. You see what's happening. But we do have a special guest, and when I know she says she will be busy, she'll be able to stop popping for a moment because she's always busy, always. And that's SERENA MANN. And she's going to be popping in later on. Once I know she's, I send her the link. So I told her whenever she gets an opportunity, this, you know, is the young lady that will be our guest. She's back again this week to, you know, talk about the concert that she got coming up over at the venue 757 in Portsmouth, Virginia. And she'll be here as soon as she can. But if not, we're still going to be able to do our show. We're still going to do our show. She'll pop in when she can. But I just wanted to let you know what, you know, who the guest is today. And, you know, stay tuned to get an update on how ticket sales are going. And, you know, let her tell you about the things that are happening and this benefit and what it's going to support in the community of the 757. We always have to call on the community, try to bring activities with fun and laughter, things that you can remember, days moving forward. We always have a chance to be able to do other things to help our future generation and to make sure that we can bring forth change in the community with a positive outcome. That's what it's all about. It's always about, you know, what kind of outcome we can get for our future generation. And let me take this time right now, because it's the 4th of July holiday. Let me remind you that GA for Justice is showed every Thursday from 12 to 1 right here on WVDM network. Miss Georgia Allen, community activist, is always here to support and bring you information for transformation so that you can be up on what's going on at city council, school board, or any type of activity that's going on in the community. We cover different topics when we do our show, and we bring different guests. So don't forget to reach out to Georgia Allen and thank her for hosting this show and other things that she do in the community, because work is never done in our community. We just have less people to stand up and move forward, you know. And this is what it's all about here on Vaughn Digital Media Network, is bringing information for our community. And I'll bring that back later on in the show, that banner you just saw. We are, you know, I'm working on different projects, and, you know, because it's the 4th of July, I think that we should be able to talk about the most important thing of all: love. Bringing love to our future generation and showing them that we care. And I know from raising kids that when you do that, young people have a tendency to want to think positive or negative. But if you don't give them the right tools, the right information, then we suffer to lose a generation of young people. And that's the key component with what we try to accomplish here on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. We want people to be aware that whenever you're doing something, that if unity in the community is an important key. Is always an important key. And to be able to, bring information and activities that's going to support our young people is very important to me. And like I always try to do and try to say. And let me mention this as well. This event right here is getting ready to go down. And if you haven't heard about it, it's that is the basketball camp that's going to be in Virginia Beach. Let me pull it up, the information, so I can talk about that as well. The partnership with the city of Virginia Beach camp week. Registration began way back in May the 17th. It was $99, and it starts July the 7th and through the 11th for boys and girls age 8 to 12. Again, that starts July the 7th through the 11th, boys and girls 8 to 12. And then again on July the 21st to the 25th, boys and girls age 13 to 18. The time is going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Skills and drills is taught by the NBA legend and Virginia Hall of Fame inductee, Joe Smith. Yeah, I know y'all think about another Joe, but no, this is Joe Smith. This is the NBA legend, not the other legend. But don't get it twisted now, because everybody got a name named Joe. But the place is located at 1045 19th Street in Virginia Beach, Virginia. That zip code, so just in case you have to look it up on Google, is 23451. And also want to let you know, in partnership with the Virginia Beach District 7, Cash Green. That's right, Cash Green is District 7, and he's partnering to bring this to the city. And there I go a week ago that I had got an opportunity to meet Joe Smith and get a picture with him. I got to get a picture with my people, because he's taller than me. He could have stooped down a little bit, but he made me look bad. He made me a little bit, but I'm not a basketball player, so I can dig it. As they used to say in the 60s and 70s, can you dig it? Can you? Yeah, I can dig it. He's taller than me. I forget, I can't remember how tall he is, but the kids will get a big kick because this is something that normally they wouldn't get an opportunity to do. This is a NBA legend that's going to be teaching them, and not just talking to them, but teaching them the things that they need to accomplish in this goal. And I'm so excited, and hopefully I can try to get to cover some of that event, because like I said, Joe Smith is a friend. When I had Picasso's, he always came through, and and his people came through to support Afro-American business. So hats off to Joe Smith, and also the city council, Cash Green, which I don't have his picture up here now. I did, but I think I took it down. But to make room for all these other pictures that I got, I have to upload into this venue, because they only allow you so much space for things. But like I said, pass the information on. If you know somebody that has a child that wants to be a part, and I think they're going to have refreshments on hand, because it's, the hours are long. And but like I said before, this is for the youth. That'll make them. That's what makes their lives so exciting. To be able to meet legends while they're young. The Bible says, train them while they're young, so when they grow older, they won't go wrong. They have to be able to see the people on TV in person, because that's that adrenaline going, that dopamine that's in our brains that makes it excited and wanted to do positive things. We have to bring more positive things to our youth. And of course, we're working over here behind the scenes with other people as well. I also work with. I am a member of the Hampton Roads Radio Black Radio Announcers. This is this is our local chapter, but we're also in the National Black Radio Association. And Dr. Phil Nelson and Dr. Glenda Parrish has been working on this diligently to get things in place. They got different times of the year. They have the Hampton Roads Black Radio Announcers in the libraries in Norfolk, Chesapeake, where you can go and see all the pictures of Hampton Roads Black Radio Announcers, from Daddy Jack Holmes to the mayor of he wasn't on the radio, but the mayor is also inducted in to this organization in Norfolk. And also coming up this year, the mayor in Portsmouth, Virginia will be inducted, and the mayor in Newport News were inducted last year. So we have a tremendous community service people that's also inducted, because they make it possible for these things to come about. But I want to say thank you to Dr. Phil Nelson, who this was his dream. And you see, when you have dreams, they can come true. And that's what it's all about for our young people, to let them know and to reach out and understand that these things can happen for them as well. This is what it's all about. And next time I don't have a picture up, I don't think of, I don't have a picture of, I did have it up, but like I said, I can only put so many pictures on this, to put up in the overlay, and what's important is that we must come together and keep this dream alive. And you also can go to Facebook and go to the Hampton Roads Black Radio Announcers and join their page too, so you can keep up with what's going on with this organization. They do so much to bring light to local DJs on radio, local DJs that have moved on to higher ground in other cities and states, that came from WRAP 103 Jams, where Bishop Willis had owned before it was sold to Reagan Henry and then the Clear Channel. I think it was in that order. But nevertheless, we can continue to uplift and bring you information so you'll know what's going on in our community. That's the key component. And that's what's so important, that we must try to work together and bring information to everybody. And today, I just want to mention my co-host, AKA Simply C Podcast, because she has her own show now on Instagram, and you can check her out too, Simply C or Simply C Podcast. And she has exciting guests as well that be on her show and things and activities that she cover. And she's also working with one of the radio stations. I don't have that information in front of me now, but just check her out, because it's all about supporting our brands. It's about supporting each other. You know, the Bible said no man is an island unto himself. And no man here, over here, we don't do that. And also want to send a shout out to Poolside Cooking. That's right, Poolside Cooking in Virginia Beach. So if you ever want to stop by there, check her page out, Poolside Cooking. They also have a podcast on, I think, Roku TV, and check it out. You know, they be doing great things in the community. They also, if you want to, you know, thinking about doing an event, or if you're a business person and you want to do something for your organization, check out Poolside Cooking and let them know that you heard it right here on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. We are advocate for working as a team. No man or woman is an island unto themselves. Our community must grow, and the only way we're going to grow until we come together. Coming together is the only way we can make this thing happen. Poolside Cooking. Don't forget to let her know that you heard it right here on WVDM Frequency Distribution. It's the 4th of July weekend. You know, we can talk about other people. We can help bring forth people to the table, you know. And sometimes you just have to do some things, just a shout out or two for free. You know, advertising is expensive, but on Bond Digital Media, we do have packages where you can get advertising just like you see here. Just like you see, I brought her on. You know, we have special rates for minority businesses. I'm not trying to, you know, steal your bag. I'm trying to help you grow your bag. And nobody can grow a bag unless they got marketing. If you don't have marketing at the top of your list about opening up a business, see how fast it grows. I tell people like this: I've been in business a long time. I've been working in business for a long time, helping people start their businesses, help their people businesses grow. I know what it takes. It ain't a game. You know, I had mentors. I had mentors that helped me along the way. I don't have their I don't have their picture, but I will give them a shout out. And one of the gentlemen I worked with back in the day when I started, what started me to be a DJ was going to Short Schumann Hall. And when I was about 21, I went to Short Schumann Hall and I saw these two gentlemen, different Saturdays. One Saturday, it was Winky the Hitman, the legendary Winky the Hitman, who's gone on to the disco Heaven in the Sky. He was a singer. Yes, he was a singer. And maybe the next time I come home, I have all those pictures up and we could talk more. But Winky the Hitman was a singer. He had a band. And man, he used to get down. He even recorded a couple of records that did well overseas. And later on, he became a DJ. You know, a one-man show like DJing was a little bit different than a band. You got 4, 5, 7, 8 people in a band. And, you know, everybody wants to shine. And, you know, then everybody wants to go different ways at some point. But he decided to become a DJ. And man, could he DJ. The next gentleman I want to speak about is Bob Fields, a.k.a. Mr. Magic, a.k.a. Mr. Disco Fields. Man, that guy was the baddest thing. It was like, you hear people say it was like I fell asleep and died and went to heaven. Disco heaven. Bob Fields was the man, baby. You know, I followed him everywhere he went. I mean, I got to study this guy. And that's what we have to train our young people to do, because they're studying the wrong people. We got to get them to study people that's doing good things, not negative things, not people going to bully them, call them names, and make them feel like you ain't going to never be nothing. The Bible says, what a man thinketh is what a man becomes. If a man think negative, women, if you think negative, you will become what you think. You have the most powerful gift in the world on this planet, and that's the gift of creativity. And you say, well, how did I get that? Because God gave it to you. God gave it to you in birth. God gave it to you. All you got to do is think about it, and you will change the world. Look at all the technology that we have. All the technology we have today. Somebody thought about it and brought it into existence. Young people, if you don't believe me, why you got a gun? You weren't born with a gun. Why are you in a gang that's doing negative things? You weren't born. You wasn't born in a negative condition. Those are things that are put in your mind, put in your way, so that you can change what you are born to do. God created you in his own image. You're thinking, oh, God, you're looking at the shell. This is our human shell, so that we can walk around like they call it today. This is your avatar. This is my avatar. I can change or stay the same. Or stay the same. That's why I do what I do. I can't give up on you, because you are me and me is you. We have a spirit within us, a spirit of love, a spirit of understanding, able to create. But the enemy wants to take that away from you. How? Because he takes away love. Love, Love. Love is the most precious gift that a human can have. And that's the most important thing, love. And when you got that love, I'm just telling you right now, you'll be surprised of how many things you can accomplish. My guess is she show up. That's what she's all about. Love. Serena Mann. Serena Mann. When I met Serena Mann, when I brought her on my show, she had invited me to come to the library. And it was a superhero day. All these people standing up there were superheroes. Superheroes for these youth. So when you don't understand what this young lady's been doing, then that's why I keep bringing her on the show when I get an opportunity. I know she's busy. If she had time to stop in today, she will. But she told me that she was busy, and she wanted, she'll try to stop by. I think she was in a meeting or putting on an event. But whatever she's doing, it's all about sharing and caring. If we can't do something to help uplift our own people, why are we here? Why can't we help our people? We can talk all we want to, but as my mom and the way I was brought up with my aunts and uncles, the proof is in the pudding. This young lady has proven to me, without a shadow of a doubt, we don't always agree on everything, but one thing we always agree on is the youth. We agree on that because we love kids. She runs a daycare center. She put on activities all year round. This summer, she's involved with other organizations, working with them to bring on more programs this year before the summer ends. Check out her page, Serena Mann, on Facebook, or the Credit Doctor. You know, if you need your credit straight, she can get it straight. She can get you straight. You trying to purchase a house and you got a couple of dings on them? See Serena MANN. She can do it if nobody can. You know how I pop those slangs and I can do it. I can do that. That's what I get paid to do. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, if we come together, if we come together, and the battle is not just against minorities, it's right now, this battle is against everybody, because that's how the enemy works. He seek out to devour and to destroy. And everybody got hoodwinked, bamboozled. But don't let it get worse. November is coming. You can flip all that script around when November comes. States, locally, and national. You can snap back and get back. And as they say on the streets, clap back. We can clap back, baby. But you got to get your young people registered to vote at 18. If they're going to be 18 by November the 1st, register them now. Ain't no excuse. It's no excuse if you got a child in your house and they're not registered to vote. That's on you. That's on you. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't keep saying, well, my child don't know nothing about voting. Well, call the NAACP. That's who you call. Who do you call? The NAACP and get more information. Call Georgia Allen. Send a link out to her page when you see her on GA for Justice. She can get you connected to whoever you need to get the information from. This young lady right here has been working in Virginia Beach for years. She can get you connected to get you information to register with the city of Virginia Beach. And not only, you can call the city of Virginia Beach and tell them, hey, I want more information on registering to vote. That's what you need. Stop laying around waiting for something to happen. Then everybody got their mouth poked out. Everybody got their lips poked out. But this is why I'm doing the celebration, the 4th of July celebration, right here on the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. As we continue with more information on this beautiful day, like I said before, it's all about love. It's all about understanding. It's all about caring. And because it is the 4th of July, let it be known that I wanted to salute for the 4th of July this young man here. His name is Carl Bashir. This young man right here, out of all the obstacles at the time, before you see him with all those stripes on, this young man wanted to be a diver in the Navy. And they put him through the test. They put him through the test. That's his original picture, Carl Bashir. And you know where he was stationed at? In Portsmouth, Virginia. Did your kids know that? Share this with your kids. Let them know that this young man sacrificed his leg to save and to search for a submarine or a torpedo. I can't remember. There's so much stuff. He done so much, but I want you to go and get your kids to research what he done. Carl Bashir. And this young man right here, Cuban Gooding, played him. Played him in the movie. And you probably could find that movie on Netflix right today on one of those social platforms. It's called A Few Good Men. That's right. And I think Cuban got an award for that. A Few Good Men. I'm telling you, it's an exciting movie. Man, I don't watch that movie so much. They should have hit me here. I should have got a part. but I'm just letting you know. A few good men. And he's from Portsmouth, Virginia. A few good men. All about the Norfolk and Portsmouth Naval Shipyard right there on Portsmouth Boulevard, 4th Street Gate. A few good men. We can talk all day and talk about it, be about it. But one thing for sure, we got history in this state, in the 757. Do you know your history? If it wasn't for a slave, and most of the ships were built by slaves, and most of them was built by slaves. The ironclad and all this. And if it wasn't for the people that was working in the shipyard here in Portsmouth, who gave the young lady the blueprint, during that time, and she took it to Washington, D.C. I think it was the Merrimack and the ironclads, they call them. I forgot to put that information. I'm just talking off the top of my dome now, trying to remember. That's how the Civil War turned, because of that. For that reason, that was part of the Civil War turning. Know your histories, research it. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's in your history books or your history channel. I shouldn't have to tell you everything. I'm just telling you, go research it, because it's the 4th of July. Our people have done so much, and you keep seeing the negative stuff in our community day after day. Our kids are killing each other, and there's no need for that. There's no need for our children to be dying in the streets when they got so much to live for. Why do you think they're taking the history out of? Why do you think they're taking history out of the schools? Why do you think they're taking history books out of the libraries? So you won't know the truth. So your kids won't know who they really are. They're trying to make them to believe that they were slaves all their life. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. Read your books. Read for knowledge. We're not just slaves. That is what they tried to turn us into. We work for free. We made the United States what the United States are, for free labor for 400 years. So they keep telling you, and you keep ignoring the facts. And sometimes people don't want to hear the facts. That's why our kids are in trouble now, because we won't tell them the truth. They're going to the pipeline to prison. If they don't pass the 3rd grade, they're in the pipeline to prison. If they get sent to the principal office, they're in the pipeline to prison. If they get caught with a weapon in school, they are in the pipeline to prison. If they go there bullying and mistreating people, they're in the pipeline to prison. But you can stop it. You can stop the madness. It only takes a few good people to show them love, to show our future generation love. That's what it's all about. We can talk all we want to. I can preach all day long. But if we don't do what needs to be done, it won't get done. But my guests still haven't got here yet. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and talk about this concert. Or better yet, let's see where it's at. You know, let you hear it for yourself. Because when it comes to getting things done, we have to realize that if we don't do it, our kids are in trouble. Brief moment about the concert.
Minds and GG2G presents the Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert featuring the legendary Force MDs. Friday, August 8th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Venue 757, 4582 George Washington Highway in the beautiful city of Portsmouth. The Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert with the legendary Force MDs, along with William T. Stars, Natural Blend, Juanita Wynn and the Core, Raspy Soul, Hope Cherie, and the Beauty Bar Glamour Show. Community leaders, celebrity guest hosts, featured artists, and special guests. Go to Eventbrite, $30 in advance, VIP $50, couples booth $100. A portion of the proceeds will support 4F's biggest back-to-school event. Impact Minds and GG2G presents the Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert, starring the legendary Force MDs, Friday, August 8th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Venue 757, 4582 George Washington Highway in Portsmouth. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. After party at 11.
You heard about it. You heard about it right here on Frequency Distribution. I'm just letting you know that it's all about sharing. It's all about caring. It's about putting on an event to do a fundraiser. And hopefully before I go off, she'll be able to pop in for a brief moment because it's all about letting our people know that it's about love. It's really about love, you know. And this is going to be a great concert. And hopefully I'll be able to interview some of these people that's going to be on the concert before August the 8th. But like I said, SERENA MANN is a hardworking and dedicated young lady, not only doing a daycare center. She helps people get their credit straight. She's the credit doctor of VA, and she works diligently to help people to secure their future, secure getting their credit straight so if they want to purchase a home, go into business, get a business loan or a mortgage. SERENA MANN is the young lady to see. And she's on Facebook, and you always can pop up, check her out, and let her know. And I also want to send a mad shout out to one of my viewers, Miss North Fleet. How you doing? Miss North Fleet, they family owned the North Fleet Bar and Grill on Newtown Road in Virginia Beach. And she won't let me come in and do karaoke because she said I might. Well, she didn't say it, but when people don't, come back and tell you, hey, look, you can come in and do some karaoke, send your invitation. That tells you right there, they don't trust you on the mic, but I told her I can blow. I can blow, but she won't let me come and blow. That's all right. I'm going to find somewhere to blow at, I usually do it in the shower, but hey, whatever I got to do, don't forget to check out North Fleet Bar and Grill, 4th of July. I know they got specials going on. I'm pretty sure it's an exciting event right there on, like I said, on Newtown Road across, right before you if you're coming off the interstate from Portsmouth, it'll be on your right-hand side going towards Virginia Beach Boulevard. If you're coming from the other end, Virginia Beach, you make either way, left or right. If you're coming from Virginia Beach, from Haynes, you'll make a left on Newtown Road, and you'll see it on your left. If you're coming from Virginia Beach, from Military Circle, you'll make a right, and it'll be on you again on your left. That's the North Fleet Bar and Grill. But like I said, it's all about helping one another. We all are in business to make or get a bag, but you can't get a bag unless you work together. I don't care what you do, how you say it. Our community, if we come together, as I've been preaching for years, and I've shown people that by the clubs that I manage, and by the clubs I work with, at one point in the 80s, I was the only in the area. It was only maybe one or two DJs that ever played in white clubs. Hubble Bubble, as they known him. I haven't I haven't seen him in a while, but Hubble Bubble was the first black. He was before me. He was playing everywhere back in the day. And when I got the opportunity, because I started at the Club Royal Blue, I started there as a DJ and wound up being the manager. And Barry came to me and said, "Hey, how would you like to go and DJ at the Heartbreak Cafe?" I said, "Yeah, sure. You know, more money. I got kids. I ain't turning down nothing if I can make $1, because I ain't a crook. I don't steal. I don't hustle. My hustle is working. That's my hustle. Like you see, that's why you see me up here. My work ethic is the hustle and do it the right way. And even doing it right, you're still going to run in trouble. Believe me. I've run in a lot of trouble. But it's, as they say, good trouble. Because I am there to protect our youth, the black community, make sure they're safe. And like I tell people, I worked in the White Club, the Heartbreak Cafe, Kokomo's, Night Fever. I worked at the Heartbreak in Newport News, which is now named after the other club now, which is a black club. You know, they changed the name from, it's now called the Alley. So when I went there, it was the Heartbreak Cafe. When the first night they opened, that they called me over to come assist the other DJs for an hour or so. But like I tell people, it's not about me. It's about the people that support the businesses. It's about the people that respect the business and respect themselves. Because without that, you can't have a business. Because the city is, look at the city now. Look back. If you ever went to clubs back in the day, from the 70s or 60s, well, mostly the late 70s, early 70s, because there wasn't really no clubs or black restaurants until they allowed black restaurants to operate and get an ABC license. But that's a story for another day. But what I try to do is educate you on our history. If you go to my Facebook page, and when you go to my Facebook page and if you join my Facebook page, and the page you look for is this page right here. You know, this is the page you look for. The one with the blue arrow star right there by my name that you see right there in the corner, right there below the N on Henderson and above Bond. That's my page that says that I'm legal. Information and everything I put up there is creditable by Facebook, because trust me, one time they was getting ready to block me, take me down, baby. I mean, I was almost out the game. People were sending in texts, "Hey, he's doing this." I don't deal in porn. I never have, never will. I don't care what kind it is. I'm not showing it. Once we got that straight, it's been okay. It's been okay. I just do the things I do on Facebook, and wherever you see that picture, check out the videos. I put videos up there every day according to the rules and regulations of Facebook. And if you got a Facebook page with that Astro, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of work. I do a lot of work. I have tons and tons of research of things that I've done in the community and more to come. I kind of mix it up a little bit, you know, because none of these people at the time, all this stuff was doing. I had started recording for another type of show, but unfortunately, with illnesses and being laid off, I couldn't afford to do it anymore. So now I can kind of like work at it at a small pace to show people what the club scenes were like back in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to now. That's what I'm doing, showing you our history in Virginia Beach, the 757, Norfolk, showing you Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and other locations, because it's about you, the people that made these clubs work. I'm only an instrument, a small pebble on the sands of the beach. But it's the community, the universities, Norfolk State, Old Dominion, Hampton University, Tidewater Community, that made these clubs come to life. I'm just the general manager. I just operate by the criteria of the ABC rules and regulations, the health department, the city manager, the police department, all the external people that you don't even know when you open up a business that you're going to be facing. It's a lot of stress. That's why I didn't renew my manager's service certificate, because I'm out. I don't want to run. I'm an entertainer. I started managing because I was an entertainer, so I can get more money to take care of my family. But today, I still work in entertainment. This is what I do. This is why I can do what I do. Went to college, Tidewater Community College, transferred to Old Dominion University, was asked to come to Norfolk State University several times. Even my professors be like, yo, my teachers at Tidewater Community College are like, yo, I just got professorship over at Norfolk State. I want you to come over there with me. That was in my photography class. When I talk to people and they be like, yo, you need to come to Norfolk State. I tried, but for some reason, there was nobody there. It was during the summertime, and I had to register before the registration closed. But when I sent it over to Old Dominion, the gentleman head of the art department said, when can I come in? I said, when you need me. He said, can you come in tomorrow? Bring your portfolio. And so excited and stuff. And don't forget, I know what a portfolio was, but I was so excited that somebody called me back and said, come in. When I thought about a portfolio is, I took about 20 paintings. 20 paintings. I had every easel in the art studio and on the easels and on the floor. So, but he was in his office. He said, when you finish setting up, let me know and I'll come in and look at your work. So when he walked into the studio, he said, he looked at the paintings and said, all of these are yours? I said, yes, sir. He said, all of these are your paintings. I had watercolors, I had oils, I had pastels, I had big paintings, small paintings, inks. I had everything. I forgot. Like I said, I was so excited. I get that way sometimes. When I get excited, I just go overboard. That's why when you see me talking sometimes, I'm excited. And like I said, what happened is that when he called me and asked me to come in, I was excited. So he said, don't say nothing. Just come go with me. Just come on, go to my office. And when I went to his office, he said, look, I tell you right now, I want you to come to Old Dominion. But what I saw in there, I want you here. And I tell you what I do. Normally, when students transfer from another university or college, they only can take but so many credits. I forgot what it was, somewhere between 30 to 40. But he said, I'm going to give you extra credits. If you come here, I'm going to give you extra credits. I said, say no more. So I'm here. He He said, yeah, but don't forget to take your paintings with you. And I had to love them. But they had an elevator. So after I learned, he said there's a cart you can put all that on and take it down to the elevator. That was a blessing because, man, walking up and down them steps, I ain't know. But lesson learned. That's why I do what I do. To show young people if you believe in yourself, you can go far. You can go far. And I want to thank Old Dominion for allowing me. And once I graduated, I think I got over 200 and some credits now. And I still have a couple of classes to finish. I graduated, but you can graduate, but you got to finish your degree. You have to finish your English and your math classes, so, I'll get them. But like I keep telling people, I done did the hard work. What I'm doing now is much harder than going to college. And that's to try to get our young people to believe in themselves. Never stop believing in yourself. I was in a special education class. Came out and went and got my GED from Tidewater Community. Then registered to go to college and was accepted at Old Dominion University. So like I try to explain to you, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. We just got to keep moving forward. That's why on this 4th of July holiday weekend, I celebrate all the minority businesses and soon to bring some of my Latin friends on as well to talk about their ventures. There's only but one race. That's the human race. But some of the humans decided to say, you're this and you're that. But we can overcome. As long as you believe in Jesus' name, all things shall come to pass. And this too shall come to pass. It's not over. Just look at the signs that's in the sky. Look at the signs that are in the sky. That's what I can tell you. Because God don't make no mistakes. We do. And when we make mistakes, that's when God is going to show up. Look at the signs. It always say, look for the signs in the sky. Look for the signs in the weather. And you see what's going on with the weather. You see what's going on. Scripture say, if I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men unto thee. Well, that's my show for today. Remember to love yourself, put God first. Unfortunately, I know that my guest was busy, and I will, let her know that, my guest was looking forward to seeing her. Hopefully I can bring her back on Tuesday. But remember to love yourself, put God first, and everything else will fall in place. It doesn't matter what others think about you. It's what you think about yourself. Have a wonderful 4th of July weekend, because it's still going on, my friend. Be safe, be blessed, and look out for one another. Until next time.